Welcome, acolytes. I'm Gravesick, and this is Ballbox. Yeah, new YouTuber. I actually found that does extremely interesting and nice videos. Like, really, mwah. This boy makes and forms himself like on the top, on the top. And we're gonna look at one of his videos today. Of course, look at his video after you see mine, because, of course, my reaction is better, but I mean, yeah. No, it is. It's probably not, but it is. And by the way, subscribe, like, comment, especially comment. Comment actually helped me a lot, so do that. Thank you, acolytes, and let's start the Twitter versus leftovers ending. Okay.
So Ethan Klein's podcast with Hasan Piker has been going strong for the past 2 years.
And by the way, Ethan Klein, Hasan, besties, best friends, kiss their butts all the time, so it is what it is.
All the way up until episode 61, which aired in October, where they talked about Israel versus Gaza. The conversation in that episode got very heated, with a lot of Hasan's fans getting mad at Ethan, to a point where he had to address the hate on Instagram when he said, "Please don't take these political conversations so personally. Being called a class traitor 1,000 times because I'm only a social democrat and not a full socialist makes me not want to have convos like this anymore," which is probably the least productive outcome.
By the way, witch hunting at its best. This was witch hunting at its best. Like, really, pick a witch and just burn the witch, no matter what. Like, this was like top disrespectful to you. It was just mwah, mwah. And by the way, I don't agree with that, but Ethan actually wanted those people on his side, so people that are that toxic, so a bit of the fault lies by him.
Ethan also talked about it on his live stream, which was clipped by Ian Miles Chong and tweeted out with the caption, "Ethan Klein, the host of H3H3, is having a rude awakening to the fact that the far-left woke audience he's courted over the past few years, alongside his co-host Hasan Piker, utterly despises him and stands for everything he hates."
Hasan's Discord, and what I saw in that Discord was near universal praise for Hamas, near universal saying people deserved it, people near universally calling me a Zionist pig, fucking mass murdering genocidal freak. And if you want to know the truth, that shit fucked me up seeing that Discord, because it made me realize that a lot of these people are watching this show, and it frankly disturbed me.
Ian Miles Chung follows up that clip by saying,
I'll be honest, it should disturb him. It should. I hope he realized what the F he actually did. What the F he does. Because just breeding extremists like that, and it doesn't matter which way. It really doesn't matter if it's on the one side or on the other. An extremist is an extremist, and they should not exist, in my opinion. They will always exist. But if I see one of those, it's just done for me. It's like, okay, if you're on the extreme side, on any side, you're done. Because you can't even argue with those people. If you have an extremist in front of you, you cannot argue with them.
He was warned. Jordan B. Peterson warned Ethan that this would happen, that they would turn on him, and he would have this moment. He then shares the tweet Jordan made to Ethan almost 2 years ago now, where he...
Jordan Peterson, a freaking oracle. The guy that actually, I mean, let's be honest, if you actually have a certain audience, don't wonder if the audience is how they are.
He said, "Also, I should warn you that those who engage in cancel culture generally live to regret it. I'm not going to come after you, except politely in this Twitter stream, but the chickens will definitely come home to roost. You will be held to higher and higher and soon impossible to maintain ethical standards by the very mob you currently wish to please. Then you will make a mistake and they will devour you with glee. Please take this warning seriously. I liked you." So normally it would just end there, since there's been no leftovers episodes since the Israel versus Gaza one, but we did get a pseudo.
Just saying, by the way, sorry, I forgot to turn on my micro, as always. Ethan actually had Jordan Peterson on his podcast and even said that he actually agrees with a lot of things of him. or that he liked him, the discussion with him. And after he got to the extremist thinking, he actually stopped inviting him and said that that's a terrible human being. So,
Pseudo Leftovers episode, when Ethan Klein went on to Hasan's stream to discuss the topic more in depth. A Hasan and Abi meme account tweeted out a clip of this conversation and says, Hasan perfectly explains the optics of From the River to the Sea to Ethan Klein.
Terrorist groups use it, and so like there are reasons, whether you agree with them or not, you're justified
Hamas
to
says
disagree.
free Palestine as well. Does that mean free Palestine means eradication of Jews? It's in their charter too.
No, it doesn't mean that.
Okay, what's the difference then?
I mean, obviously the context matters, right? Some people mean it that way.
That's
some
what I
people
said.
don't.
That's what I said.
I don't think that, because from the river to the sea in the saying itself is people interpret it as the annihilation of Israel. That's how people see it.
oh, for fuck's sake, could you not at least not eat while you're streaming? Like, for F's sake. But people probably like that for some reason. I don't know. For me, it looks unprofessional.
Okay, when you want to understand what Black Lives Matter means, do you go to white people to ask them, or do you go to black people and ask them what it means? Who do you
Neither. I go to the group and ask them.
listen to?
And then look at the actions of the group. That's what you do. No matter what. If you want to see a group, how they ask the group, or even better, look at the action of the group. Then you know what they stand for.
Hey, what?
When you want to understand the purpose behind a slogan, do you go and ask what white people think about Black Lives Matter, or do you ask black people what they mean when they say Black Lives Matter?
I guess I would probably just ask anyone involved in that movement. I don't know.
Okay, that's great. Are there black people in the Black Lives Matter movement that like legitimately hate white people and like maybe want to even kill them? I'm sure there are. There's one. You can find one of everything, okay? Like, does that change the broader movement and the morality behind Black Lives Matter? Or does that change what people mean when they say Black Lives Matter?
Black Lives Matter doesn't. Again, it's what's in the phrase, dude. Saying the thing is, like, saying Black Lives Matter doesn't insinuate that other lives don't matter. It's in the fucking phrase, bro. I don't know what to tell you. From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free. Also doesn't feature from the river to the sea. We should destroy Israel and kill all the Jews. You're the one who's saying that is the secondary implication behind it.
Sandra Sim reacted to the clip by saying, I know thousands of people are dead and dying in Gaza, but have you considered how this one guy with a podcast feels? Greg Bringle says, Ethan needs to step away from these kinds of conversations. One of his biggest issues is he doesn't listen, and then pushes forward like he knows all when he didn't even hear the correct sentence he's responding to. Chloe tweets out this clip with the caption, Bro just found out terrorism exists outside of Israel.
Have you lived through daily suicide bombs in cafes and bus stops? Or
as a matter of fact, I have. I grew up in Turkey, but that's a different point.
Damn it, this is such a bad point, by the way. Just because you live somewhere doesn't mean you actually have seen everything that the land suffers.
Okay.
Yes, I have experienced that 100%.
Okay, in Israel. So
no,
like,
not in Israel, but in Turkey I have.
I know. I'm talking about Israel. So, okay, fair enough. You've experienced that in Turkey. Do you think that you can understand without being there and without living there, like that you can convince them otherwise? I don't understand I don't understand where that confidence comes from.
Psychedelic Socialist quote tweets Chloe's clip and says, Ethan, have you lived through daily suicide bombings of cafes and bus stops? Hasan, as a matter of fact, I have. I grew up in Turkey. Jolene says, Ethan just asked if Hasan asked, have you lived through daily suicide bombings? Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's over-exaggeration. This would be a person that I instantly ban, by the way. All of the people would be a person that I instantly ban, but
Hasan said, yes, I have, because I lived in Turkey. Like, Ethan, what the fuck is the matter with you? Lofty Pixels shows this clip and says, Ethan breaks down on stream after withstanding an unending barrage of 30,000 cultists in Hasan's chat spamming Hamas are resistance fighters and From the River to the Sea and Zionist Pig perpetually for 3 straight hours. This was hard to watch, to be honest.
Man. And you know I'm not a fucking radical Jew. I'm not even a religious Jew.
No,
I have
know.
I have no stake in the game. And this is coming from...
I know.
And by the way, imagine you are a colleague with someone and the colleague just rips you like that. Just like that, just so his little followers can actually devour you. This is sick. Seeing that is sickening to me.
Lofty Pixels continues by saying, Hasan in his chant went anti-Semitic goblin mode, and Hasan refused to acknowledge any of it. Zero empathy. Ethan is clearly trying to build bridges. Hasan is either an automatic drone programmed by AI to simulate the world's most bad faith cult leader, or he's just a sociopath. Warlow
Oh, I would agree with that. Nice.
shares this
The
clip
pixel
from
was
their
right,
discussion and says, Ethan has caused psychic damage to Hasan.
Instead of listen. Especially, to me, it's like, you can make the same argument about the Confederate flag, where Southerners will be like, listen, it's just about our heritage, you know what I mean? That has nothing to do with racism. And maybe, and some people do believe that, right? But at the end of the day, if a black person is like, that Confederate flag is offensive to me, you're not going to argue with them and say, no, it's just heritage. Like, not everybody who uses it is racist. So then, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't seem fair.
I know, but okay. All right, where do I begin here? So
Mohammed B responds by saying, Hasan has so much patience, Lord, I could never. Sarah Torvik says, this friendship is on thin ice. GGG World shows a clip of...
Friendship. No. You never backstep your friend like that. Except they backstepped you then. Yeah.
Ethan on one of his members only streams and captions it by saying, chat, please go listen to Hasan. Ethan Klein. Fuck that!
Go listen to Hasan. Actually, you know what? Go listen to Hasan. People say, I need to go listen to Hasan. This is bullshit. Please, go listen to Hasan. Who fucking, by the way, yells at people in chat, calls them Zionist genocidal monsters for suggesting that the hospital wasn't bombed, okay, by the IDF, which is the same fucking thing that Hasan's fans come and tell me. So, fuck that.
Dan shares this clip from Leftovers and says, this is the biggest political streamer in the world, implying that it's legal under international law to kill Israeli babies.
Palestinians, and this is going to sound very radical and possibly very violent, but this is a matter of law, and maybe even if you agree with this, a matter of morality. Palestinians have the legal ground to violently seize back their own homes from the settlers. This is a reality. And that is precisely the reason why they have to exist under endless occupation in the West Bank.
You know what? And that's why I say, if it was settlers, that would be a lot more understandable. Yeah. But let's not obfuscate. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but this dude just called babies militants.
No, I understand, and there are baby settlers as well. But there are baby settlers as well. There are babies in the settlements.
But the babies that killed were not.
I know.
Okay, so
now that we established that. No, hold on. Now that we established that.
Tim Pool quote tweets Dan and says, I don't know how Ethan didn't cancel Leftovers right after these comments. How can you even pretend to be aligned politically with someone like this? Hasan has gone insane due to audience capture. And now we get to the more recent stuff. Nicholas Diorio takes this clip from one of Ethan's recent live streams and says, Leftovers is done. Hamas Piker in shambles.
People are saying rip Leftovers. Yeah, probably. Just to be honest.
We could just call it Leftovers.
Oh, that's so good. Wouldn't that be fucked up if I was like, Leftovers is coming back?
That is fucked up. Don't do that.
Well, you know, we've never done that before.
Right. We've never.
Dree says, Leftovers is cancelled? We won! Joy Division responds by saying, damn, I really enjoyed Leftovers. Hasan being on there woke up a lot of baby leftists and is introducing them to a whole new political world. Now, Ethan Klein didn't respond to all of this on Twitter because he has retired from Twitter. He deleted all of his tweets. He doesn't tweet there anymore. But he did address the ending of Leftovers on his potato cooking competition podcast. So here's a clip from that stream of him talking about it.
So here's the clip that's got everybody buzzing. Here it is. People are saying rip Leftovers. Yeah, probably. Just to be honest.
We could just call it Leftovers.
Oh, that's so good. Wouldn't that be fucked up if I was like, Leftovers is coming back?
That is right. Don't do that.
We were talking about the idea of making a cooking show. It is probably over. Just to, I guess, put it out there. People want to know. And again, I said this on the members, but I want to emphasize that me and Hasan are still friends, and this has nothing to do with Hasan, anything he's done, okay?
You absolute pussy. I cannot say it otherwise. The guy literally let his fans rip on you without any mercy. If a friend did this with me, it doesn't matter if it's an entire army of your cultists or if it's just a different friend. If a friend lets you this way, like rips in you this way, and lets others rip in you in this capacity, you two are done. Just go. Just cut the toxicity out. Because of course, in my case, I am more or less, like, I wouldn't say a leader, I would say like the big brother in most cases in my friend groups. So big brother, yeah, basically the leader. So most of the times, if I cannot defend myself, I'm going to defend myself. Like, it is what it is. But in this situation, well, come on.
It's just that I'm deciding for myself to not do that show anymore. I mean, you know what I mean? I know there's a lot of people upset that like the show, and I'm glad. Frankly, I'm happy. I'm sorry that it's probably ending, but I'm grateful that everyone that watched and enjoyed it. It's nice to see that people care about it, and are. But at the end of the day, I feel that,
just say it. Just say, hey, they mobbed me out. It is what it is. I'm not dealing with it. It's fine. If you have something that toxic in your life, and you say, yeah, I'm not dealing with it. This is how you deal with specifically this kind of stuff, because you really have to face your problems in a way where you can actually resolve them. So, yeah.
I need to look after myself at a certain point and spend my time doing something that, not spend my time doing something that is going to, be a net negative for me. It's just, it's my life.
True.
To a certain point, it stopped becoming a show to an extent, or at least just, the very end of it. And, it's my life. So I have to protect the sanctity of that.
Yep.
And
I agree.
That's why I'm probably going to not do it anymore. Yeah, it sucks that we're going to miss the 2024 election. Maybe we'll come back for it. I don't know. I don't want to set any expectations anywhere. You know what I mean? I want to keep it just open for myself. But
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is collabing with Hasan in the future off the table? Because I really want to hang out with Kaya again sometime.
Oh my god, me too.
No, of course it's not off the table. And that's a good question. Thank you. No, it's not off the table at all. You know what I mean? It's still the same as it was. It's just...
Gotcha,
the shows is on...
I have a question.
How do they say it in Hollywood? They say it's on a indefinite hiatus.
Yeah,
that's correct.
What, AB?
Do we have to take down his portrait in the hallway?
Do you want to?
No, I'm kidding. I love Hasan.
Yeah.
Oh my effing god, like every single one after seeing this, they are like, no, I like it. Oh my god, just show Ethan some respect, for fuck's sake. Like, I don't like the guy. Don't get me wrong, I really dislike the guy, but damn, he's a cuck.
I was going to say, you can leave it up, but if it's... if you want to remove it, AB, if it makes you uncomfortable or something, let's get rid of it.
See, he's reflecting right here. This is, I personally think he's reflecting like here. He wants to cut off Hasan. Maybe it's something that has to do with his name. Maybe it's his firm or something. I don't know. It's probably something I don't understand, but just cut him out. Make your life a bit better, less toxic.
But I like it.
Do it.
I like it.
So of course, with this announcement of the podcast ending, except for maybe coming back for the 2024 election, the fans of the show were obviously upset. Nicholas Diorio tweeted out a Reddit post from some upset H3 fans with the caption, "Ethan should do a community sweep and purge all these people." The first post shows someone missing leftovers, and the caption, "To blame Hasan's community is a little ridiculous." And a comment to that post that says, "I get there were some unhinged comments coming from this community, but there was also legit criticisms coming from this community as well."
Oh, come on. It's always... Because don't get me wrong, yes, the loudest people are... Well, you hear them, normally. And if somebody rips in you like that, like, just ban them. But this is the thing. Ethan and Hasan just build up those toxic communities. They want those people there. And even if I'm against, I personally think that Ethan got not what he deserved, but what he... Because I don't think that something like that, nobody deserves that. But he got what he actually sown, so harvested what he sown, so you know, it's a bit hard for me, because I would, my first one would be just, okay, it's a clear-cut case, but it's not. It's just not.
And you know what happened to them? They got banned from this subreddit, or banned from chat. Look what happened with the Whitney episode. I mean, we can't even criticize Ethan without being accused of brigading for another streamer. I love Hasan and Ethan, but I don't always agree with every stance they have, so I'm disappointed on how all of this was handled. I'm truly gonna miss Leftovers. And that's about it for the conversation around Leftovers ending.
And by the way, this person is correct, but, well, at least at the end point. But if you never do anything against those people, and you still hang out in the community where those people are, and you actually see that the community is built from those people, just leave, for F's sake. Like, it's entertaining. You can find something else.
What do you guys think? Do you think the ending of the podcast was primarily due to Hasan's crazy fans? Do you think Ethan's just tired of talking about politics in general? Whatever your thoughts are, I would love to hear them in the comment section below.
Yeah, as he says, comment section below. Please give him some love. Freaking great thing. And good night, Acolytes.